Welcome to Daily Gossip. You will get daily Hollywood and sports drama updates here. Remember to subscribe for the latest videos. Today's episode is nothing short of jaw-dropping. It's about blood on the hardwood, rising tensions, and a moment that shook fans across the NBA universe. Game 5 of the Eastern Conference semifinals between the New York Knicks and the Boston Celtics wasn't just another playoff clash. It became a battlefield. Josh Hart, the heart and hustle of the Knicks, left bloodied by a brutal elbow from Luke Kornet, then returned like a warrior, only to get caught in an explosive showdown with Jaylen Brown. Let's dive deep. Game 5 wasn't just a pivotal moment. In the series, it became an emotional roller coaster for Knicks fans, Celtics supporters, and the entire basketball world watching from around the globe. From the opening whistle, it was clear that this wasn't going to be a smooth or easy contest. The energy in TD Garden was electric, fueled by the high stakes of a series teetering on the edge. The Knicks came into this game with a 3-1 series lead, just one win away from sending the Celtics home. But the Celtics, desperate to survive, brought an intensity that quickly turned this matchup into a blood-soaked war. And in the center of it all stood Josh Hart, a player known not just for his skills, but for his grit, his resilience, and his never-back-down mentality. Just minutes into the first quarter, the unthinkable happened. Hart, attacking the rim with his usual tenacity, collided with Luke Kornet, who in the chaos of the moment lifted his elbow and struck Hart hard, right above the left eye. It was unintentional, but the damage was immediate. Blood began pouring down Hart's face, in a scene that left the arena gasping. Cameras zoomed in to show the brutal gash, an open wound above the eye, threatening not just Hart's game, but possibly his playoffs. But this wasn't just any player. This was Josh Hart. With blood streaming, pain visible, and adrenaline pumping, Hart stepped to the free throw line and, to the astonishment of everyone, knocked down both shots with a steely calm. It was a moment that instantly etched itself into NBA postseason lore, a visual metaphor for grit, for courage, for the kind of old-school toughness that fans dream about. The Knicks bench erupted, even as their faces showed clear concern. Hart, barely blinking, walked off for medical attention, and it looked like he might not return. But just as quickly as he exited, he returned, bandaged, blood-wiped, eyes fierce with determination. He wasn't done. He wasn't giving up. Over the next quarters, he poured his heart into the game, finishing with 24 points, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists, shooting 7 of 15 from the field, and an impressive 5 of 9 from beyond the arc. Every bucket was an act of defiance. Every rebound, a message. You can't break me. But while Hart's resolve electrified Knicks fans, the game itself grew darker and more aggressive. By the third quarter, emotions boiled over. Jaylen Brown, who had been playing with visible frustration, set a hard screen that sent Hart tumbling. When Hart got up, the two locked eyes, chest to chest, and in a flash, it turned into a full-on confrontation. Shoves were exchanged, words were said, and then, shockingly, replay cameras appeared to capture Brown grabbing Hart in a sensitive area, an act that immediately set the internet ablaze. Fans were horrified. Social media exploded. Hart didn't visibly react in the moment, perhaps too locked into the game, but his wife Shannon had something to say. Just one word, a single tweet, weird. And that word did more than trend. It ignited the moment further, as everyone began replaying the video, dissecting the clip, questioning Brown's intent. Was it desperation? Was it a mind game? Or was it simply an accident in a heated moment? The league has remained quiet, but fans are demanding answers. Yet, as the drama unfolded, something bigger was taking shape. An emotional arc that made Game 5 unforgettable. Hart, bloodied and bruised, kept playing, kept hustling, kept shooting, but as brave as his effort was, it wasn't enough. The Celtics, powered by Jason Tatum's 36-point explosion and supported by stellar performances from their bench, outpaced the Knicks in every quarter. The final buzzer rang with the scoreboard flashing 127-102, a devastating 25-point loss for New York. The series now sits at 3-2, shifting back to Madison Square Garden for Game 6. And suddenly the narrative is shifting. The Knicks had the chance to close it out. They had the fire. But now, momentum feels different. The Celtics are alive, hungry, and fully aware that they nearly broke one of the Knicks' most vital pieces. And Josh Hart, he'll be there, no doubt about it. The cut, the bruise, the blood, they're just battle scars now. For Hart, it's more than basketball. It's war. And for Knicks fans, the fear isn't just about losing the series. It's about whether this team can protect its heart and soul. The bond between Hart and the Garden faithful is deeper than numbers. It's about spirit, loyalty, and fight. But as we look ahead to Game 6, tensions remain sky high. Will the NBA take action against Jaylen Brown for the controversial grab? Will Hart face lasting effects from his injury? And will the Knicks bounce back at home or collapse under the weight of pressure? No matter the outcome, Game 5 has already carved itself into the emotional history of this rivalry. It was a game of blood, confrontation, resilience, and questions. It was heartbreak and fury. And for Josh Hart, it was proof that heroes still exist on the court. Real ones who take the pain and keep moving forward. As the series continues, one thing is clear: the war isn't over. And Daily Gossip will be right here to bring you every shocking, heartbreaking, and inspiring moment. Stay tuned. Thank you for watching Daily Gossip. If you felt the emotion of Josh Hart's battle, if you gasped during the confrontation, or if you're still trying to make sense of what Jaylen Brown did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This story is far from over, and we'll be right here, breaking it all down, every step of the way. Blood on the court, emotions in the air, and a series that's spiraling into pure drama. That's the kind of story we live for. See you next time on Daily Gossip.